Hello, this is Amy and Chris with Leonard Mountain Homestead. We are in the vehicle right now because we have made a trip to Stillwater, Oklahoma for that guy back there. The next couple days we are gonna be touring the campus and all that good stuff to get them started with college. So I'm gonna go down like this because you know
you don't want to look like a crazy YouTuber person.
Yeah, I don't want to look like a crazy, yeah, right, too late. But
that ship has sailed.
When we're getting closer to the campus, I'll turn the camera around and let you see. I don't know how much we're gonna get inside the campus, but we'll bring you back when some good stuff is happening. All for him. All for him.
Don't make it weird.
Where's my helper gonna be? Golly, I have to get some hired help, I guess. Right?
Or feed your own chickens.
Or feed my own chickens. Yeah, I mean, there's that. But we'll see. We'll bring you back in just a second. Yeah.
Chris's University Spirit.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Where's my royalties if it's mine?
Right?
What?
Man.
What? Got my name all over it, literally.
Yeah. There's a building up there. Yep, it says Chris's Stillwater. Golly.
I didn't know we owned it, Dad.
I mean, right?
Somebody would have told me.
Look at those signs. It says OSU. Okay. Oh, I guess up there. Go forward. It says go forward. You're in the turning lane.
Because the student union parking garage is right there.
Okay. Well,
you're in the sit over there and be quiet, see?
oh my gosh. Do you hear this, people? How dare he?
I'm just saying. This is the controlling the car seat. This is the sit over there and be quiet seat.
Give you a sit over there and be quiet seat.
Student union parking garage.
Entrance.
Looky. See? 7. So where's everybody in a truck supposed to go to?
Right?
Oh, my Lord.
We're gonna go park, y'all.
Alright, y'all here for orientation?
Yes.
A little closer. If I can have you guys park in the basement, then after the basement, going up the stairs, taking a left, going to the student union.
Alright.
Y'all have a nice day.
Got our little parking garage thing. It's gonna get dark, y'all. Whew. Blink a few times. Your eyes will adjust. Okay, we're gonna find a parking.
Hey, look. The horse's button.
We're about to walk in.
Free campers. Okay, there's a negative.
There we go. Pistol Pete. Hi. Good. Yes. I know, right?
Advice for you would be to utilize all the resources we have on campus, like the MLSC and the LASO Center. You know, there's so many options for you to get help.
Take those moments where you have a break and just relax, because freshman year can be really overwhelming coming from high school. And so I would just say to take a deep breath, because you'll get through it.
Take advantage of that meal plan. There's so many restaurants on campus that don't get utilized enough, like Ranchers Club or maybe even Taylor's and Nancy Randolph Davis.
Step outside your comfort zone and get involved in different clubs. Be sure to talk to your advisors and different students here within your department, and that's where you're really going to learn to grow and prosper as an individual, not only in your department, but in this whole school in general.
Love to study and love to explore. Don't be afraid to make new friends in the community.
If there's any sort of interest you have for anything, just go ahead and dive head first right into it. Put yourself out there, and who knows, you could really end up falling in love with it.
To get involved as much as possible on campus. For me personally, I joined the Asian American Student Association, and it's been great. We've had so many fun events and made plenty of new friends. So I'd say definitely get involved as much as possible.
Studying is very important, but don't forget to take time for yourself. Make sure that you give yourself time to do those self-care tasks, go for a walk. Give yourself a break from studying occasionally, because it's very important to keep yourself sane.
I think you should explore all of your interests here, no matter dancing or basketball, clubs over the campus, and I think you can find your sense of belonging.
You know, study hard, you know, show up to classes, and, you know, just find a community of friends here you can, you know, count on, you know.
They all want to be there to help you. At the end of the day, their value and time that's going to help you is going to be the most meaningful.
Go Pokes!
Go Pokes! Go Pokes! Go Pokes!
Go Pokes!
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Braylon. I'm a junior from YALL, Texas. Do we have anyone else coming up from Texas today? And I'm studying applied exercise science with a minor in sports and coaching sciences.
And my name is Jamari. I'm a junior studying entomology, and I'm from Central Florida. Any Floridians? Hey! Usually I just make a, oh, okay, just me, whatever joke, but that's so fun. Okay.
And we're a part of y'all's orientation executive board. Meaning we're in charge of those guys in the black polos and khakis that y'all bumped into today. Dad.
Orange power, orange power, orange power. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Orange! Power! Orange! Power! Orange!
Power! Orange! Okay, a little extra, but that was pretty good.
Hey, the enthusiasm was there. That's all that counts. Y'all are going to be pros by the time y'all graduate. Don't worry. But all jokes aside, we truly are here for y'all during your time here at orientation, and we're really excited to welcome you.
Love that. You're like, I'm going to work the system. That is what's going to happen. In fact, work for university dining, and that is the case. You get some free meals as part of your shifts. So there you go. What else? Graduate. You're like, I'm going to the end of this. Yes. We got a few steps to get there, right? But that's the goal. Families, what will you add to this? Things you can do to be successful. Sleep. Get enough of it, right? Let's chat about that for a hot second. Students, how many of y'all woke yourselves up this morning? Okay, how many families say they're lying? That's not it. Back row, they're like, I'm calling you out, son. This is not true. Right? You want enough sleep, but not too much, right? Excellent. What else do you think can help with that success, families?
Routine.
Good routines, exercise. Ask for help. Thank you for saying that. Ask for help. There are so many pieces to this, right? So I'm going to give you my tips for success. Not that you asked, but I have the microphone, so we're going for it. I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for success, right? My first one you've kind of hit on. This is be organized, be on top of it. It's kind of that piece of it, okay? So that means going to class, studying for my classes, having a calendar system, something where I can track when are my tests, when are my assignments, when do I need to study, all of those sorts of things. It's all of those pieces, okay? I would also argue it's the adulting piece of this. A few of your families already called you out and waking you up this morning, but there are some pieces to that adulting that I would say fall into this. right? It's doing your own laundry, right? How many of y'all are actively doing your own laundry? You are solely responsible for your laundry. That's not enough, and I see some families disagreeing, all right? I'm trying to train my 12-year-old to do it, so I'm thinking that might be wise, considering the answers in this room. I actually had an OL a few years ago that told me that her first year of college, she thought she was doing her laundry. And you may wonder, how can you be unsure? She said, well, Lindsay, I thought that laundry detergent and fabric softener were the same thing. Yeah, they're not. They're not. She has some very soft but dirty clothes. Okay? So there's some tasking to be done in the next few months. But you are ready. You will be ready. But let's kind of shift into those pieces. So along this organize and be on top of it, I want to talk a little bit about studying. In fact, I'm curious. Let's say in high school you had an exam on a Friday. I want to know when you started studying for that Friday exam. So where are my Monday studiers for a Friday exam? All right. That's my engineers, got it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I showed up to school and realized there was a test. Yeah, I see you. I was you. Absolutely. In fact, my senior year of high school, I shouldn't tell you this, but here we are. My whole class, there were 6 of us, decided that none of us would study for the final. They couldn't fail us all, okay? That did work, but it's not going to work in college, okay? So I would argue that even the Monday studiers, it's not enough lead time for a quality exam coming up that week, okay? So when I came here, I mentioned that, tiny town kid, I took AP Calc my senior year, and so I thought college algebra, my freshman year of college, would be no biggie, right? Like, this is easier than it will be, or than I thought it would be. So I go to class every day because I'm a good kid, right? I sit in there and I learn by osmosis. That's what's going to happen. And I sit for that first exam.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. As Lindsay said, my name is Matt Williams. I'm our coordinator for orientation and enrollment programs. So I am also an alumnus of the university. I graduated with my bachelor's about 10 years ago, which is a surprising number. And then I also went off and did a master's program, and then back here I've been on campus for about 5 years professionally. I've worked all over the place during my time here, and that has given me a lot of information about ways to help you be successful while you are here at OSU. So I'm going to try and review some of those resources with you, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my academic journey as well as we get there. But first off, the absolute first stop on your journey, so exciting, Duo Mobile multi-factor authentication. So raise your hand if you have already got this set up on your device. You, the student who is enrolling for classes during this program, you got it set up? Good. That's a lot of hands. I don't think it's all of them. So this is critically important for your process here because you will be prompted to log in to many OSU systems during your time here, and all of those systems are going to say, wait, is that you? And they're going to send a notification to your phone. That's the easiest way. We want to make sure that you have your app set up on your personal device that you can access. When you are enrolling for your classes tomorrow morning, it will be in a computer lab across campus. It's not going to be on your personal laptop or your phone. So we need to be able to get you logged into that system by sending that notification to your Duo app. If you don't think you have that set up yet, go ahead and try it during the walk to your next session here. Borrow a device from your family member, see if you can get logged in on their device by it notifying you on yours. If that doesn't work, flag down one of our orientation staff. We all have a little bit of knowledge about how to troubleshoot there, and we can help you get that set up. It is important for your enrollment process. Deal? All right. Next up, your Cowboy Success Team is a group of people that are kind of your curated list of designated helpers here at OSU. So these are people whose whole job is to help you. We want to make sure that you are aware of who they are, how they help you, and how you can get in contact with them. So the first list on there is your academic advisor. You will have a meeting with them later today, as well as a little bit tomorrow, to help with your course enrollment process. And they are the people who you are required to meet with your academic advisor at least once every semester. We encourage you to do so more often, and this is one of the ways that you can get in contact with them. We also have our financial planning coaches that are part of the Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid. They know everything there is to know about your financial aid award package. What type of third-party scholarships you have, what type of money you've got coming in that's helping you with your bill paying process. and they can help you with some of the budgeting and planning and just making sure that you're on the right track. You will have the opportunity to meet with Scholarships and Financial Aid tomorrow morning. They've got some financial success drop-ins that are listed on your agenda. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Last up on there is the career coaches. This is our career services office, the folks who are trained in career development. So some of you are thinking, well, I'm not going into my career yet. I'm a freshman in college. That's a very common thought. We want you to think of it more holistically than that. Career services is to help you with finding that full-time job as you transition out of the university, but they also help with those part-time jobs that you need while you're here, internships that you need in order to complete your degree, as well as brushing up on your resume, your interview skills, any of those types of things. They are the ones to have a conversation. F, and then there's also an F exclamation point on there. We'll talk about that here in a moment. And you may notice there's no plus or minuses here. It's a pretty standard A through F grading scale. That F exclamation point is not us being super excited that you failed that class. That is known as an F shriek, and it indicates that you failed a class due to a violation of the academic integrity policy. So that is the policy that says don't cheat, do your own work, don't do any of the things that make us question whether or not you have earned your degree. So we want to make sure that you are familiar with that policy, as well as how there may be some different interpretations of it depending on certain faculty, particularly in terms of artificial intelligence technology. Some faculty will allow and encourage it, others will have some limitations, others will say don't you touch it. You need to familiarize yourself with what is allowed for each of your courses, and we'll talk about how to get some of that information. But if you were to violate that academic integrity policy, you would fail that class with an F shriek, and it is tattooed on your transcript. They know, we see it as we move forward, so we want y'all to avoid that if you can. And I've also included some information here about good academic standing. What grades get you to what level of kind of success here? So as you complete a certain number of credit hours at the university, that minimum GPA does increase to keep you in good academic standing and allow you to move forward with your coursework. 2.0 is the floor that we're aiming for. We hope you're going to get a higher GPA than that. I hope that your goal is to be doing better than a 2.0. But 2.0 is that minimum there for satisfactory academic standing, right? So some of the ways to help you avoid struggling during your time in classes, learning how to study, like Lindsay was talking about. We've got tutoring and academic support resources across campus. The Lasso Center is general support for is the 100% refund deadline. What that means is for that first week of classes, you can try it out. Go to class, see if math makes sense right now, or if you need to maybe wait until spring to take this, or wait, didn't I pass an AP test that gets me out of this? Like, we can have those conversations and make changes to your course schedule at that time. You need to have that conversation with your advisor as well. Don't just, pull a fastball on them. Try to have that be an open conversation. But you've got some freedom for that first week. At the end of that second week, that's the partial refund deadline. So at that point, we're not making changes to our schedule, and if we are, we're not getting all of our money back. So we want to make sure that we are locked in as early as possible. The next two things on there are fall break and finals week. They're going to be here before you know it, and then you're done with your first semester at OSU, and you're ready to move on to that second one after winter break. We just want y'all to have a good idea of what those things are going to look like for the next few months here. Now, in terms of textbooks, as Lindsay said, we need to buy those. We need to use them. One of the places that you can purchase them is the university store down on the first floor of the account, see what is available, see what can be helpful for you. But they do have new, used, and digital options for textbooks, and it's up to you when you purchase those textbooks. If you want to wait until after that 100% refund deadline and make sure that you are comfortable in that class to purchase the textbook, you're welcome to do that. We also recommend that you keep your receipts just in case you do make that change and need to return the textbooks after that.
We're on day two of orientation stuff for Christopher, and so we're waiting for him to come in. We're here to pick him up. He stayed overnight for the basically he stayed in the dorm to see how it is, and they had some fun last night with all the new the new people that are enrolling into OSU. We stayed at a hotel and stuff, so today is what are we doing today?
Actual enrollment in class, like picking classes,
enrolling, and
touring the campus.
Yeah, and then we're going to tour the campus. So I hope you are enjoying this video so far, but we'll bring you back in just a minute. Yeah.
When there's something to look at.
Yeah, when there's something to look at instead of our faces, you know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Me and the one I had shared a room with, we went to go get Raising Cane's.
We know.
Yeah, we got the notification. Yeah. Someone had fun last night, which is good.
Did you find a place to play video games? Or just games?
But down there?
Yeah.
Mainly just like pool and basketball and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's got some OSU gear on.
When you say games, my brain automatically goes to video games.
They had rock climbing, they had pool, they had table tennis and volleyball and basketball all down there.
Table tennis.
So he had fun last night, y'all. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing.
I get to keep this too.
What is that?
It's a little access card.
Oh.
They said not to keep it.
They said not to keep the key.
The key.
Oh.
I asked them about this and they said I could.
So there you go. He had fun last night, y'all. That's what we're hearing.
Cool.
So we're headed to
Frio
Frijoles. Go beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. All right. We're headed for day 2.
Should I do a burnout right by this
No,
LSU cop? Just
absolutely not.
flip it.
Look, y'all.
I think that they said that's the soccer field, like the Cowgirls soccer field. I think. I can't remember.
Boom.
There's a lot.
Yeah. All right. We'll bring y'all back in just a minute. Yeah, in just a minute.
Here, welcome to the Cowboy family. And another one of our purposes is to help you connect with each other and meet your other family members. So meet family members here at OSU, also meet other family members of other students, because y'all, we're all in this together and we need to support each other. So let me share with you a little bit about myself. So I'm a 3-time alum of Oklahoma State, bachelor's, master's, PhD. As you can tell by my shirt, couldn't get enough orange. I wear something orange almost every day. Came up here to go to school. Not going to tell you when, because that just makes me feel older every year. It's been quite a while. Graduated, married a Stillwater boy. The rest is history. Have been here ever since, for the most part. Have worked for the university. I will celebrate my 28th anniversary this summer. So for a long time. Some of that has been on the academic side of the house, and then within the last 3 years, it's been in student services, but always in supporting students and their families. I also want to share with you that I'm a mom of 2 OSU students. Well, one's actually a 2-time alum. So my oldest graduated a few weeks ago with her 2nd OSU degree, her MBA, so props to her. We're really proud. And then my youngest just finished up for his 1st year. So I share all of that with you to let you know that I'm pretty well practiced. I'm not an expert by any means. Not going to tell you that I always have the answer to your questions, but chances are I probably know where to find it. And that's really one of our goals in family engagement, is to be your first stop. When you have a question or a need, to be able to be that person that you can.
The emergency operations for the OSU campuses, as well as our dispatch center. So to carry on with this, yes, we offered motorist assist, unlocks, jumps, other things like that. If you, and as you're walking around campus, you will notice that we have blue phones. We call them blue phones. They're just stanchions with blue lights on the top with emergency buttons. Those work just like 911 calls. They go straight into our dispatch center as you're walking across campus, and in some of our buildings, our parking garages. You can push those buttons and get immediate response from the police department. We also use a mass notification system that is called, we call it Cowboy Alert. All students are automatically opted into this. This is not an option. Now, as far as emails and phone calls, they can't opt out of that. As far as text messages, they can. We ask that nobody opt out of that, because that's the best way for us to get emergency notifications to everybody in a very timely manner. There are over 37,000 people that are on this system, and we can get emergency messages out to them, to those 37,000 people in a little under 2 seconds, really is what it goes. So my area of operations and emergency operations, we handle sending those out. Now, some of those mass notifications happen automatically. We have it set for tornado warnings to go out automatically. So if there's a tornado warning that is impacting this campus, according to the National Weather Service, then that message automatically goes out to all those people that are within our system. You can, as it says, students can add you as a one of the contacts that receive those same messages. So it's up to you and your student if they want to add you, so that you can see the same messages that they get. Another piece that a lot of people don't know on a Cavalry Alerts, on the text messages, you can actually text back to that number, and we don't often respond to them because we don't get very many legitimate responses, but there is an ability there to have a conversation back and forth.
How's it go on? Great movie here.
Hi guys, my name's Bryson. You probably remember me from the opening session that you had yesterday, but I'm a recent graduate here. I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science in Sociology. So.
I'm Brittany again from University Health Services.
Start for me.
So our first question is, when and where should my student look for an on-campus job? How does that process work?
Sure, go ahead, yeah. Awesome, so there's a lot of great resources to find those. Sometimes you'll just hear them throughout your department, but we have a website, Career Services, that is probably your #1 place to find those. That's where I found this job. Actually, I was getting a QR code on a golf cart. It took me to that website and I had to apply there. So yeah, our career service department is awesome, and it goes even after college. So
yeah, I'll add in too that, not to nerd out on you too much, but I mean, research really does show that students who engage in part-time work as part of their college experience, that it really does enhance both their college experience and their post-college experience. As employers are able to see that people can manage multiple priorities, we're able to go to school and manage work as well. Of course, there's a kind of tipping point, so research shows that, if you're in that kind of 10 to 20 hour range, even once you get beyond that, it becomes a little bit too stressful. So there's some benefit to that. I'll say too that there are always jobs available. University dining is the one that always comes to mind for me. You all have engaged already with some of our dining concept, I'm sure, and will throughout the day. It's all across campus, and so they are always looking, always hiring. Not the most glamorous job, but a great place to start. And I'll say from a care perspective, it does also provide, employment provides your student with a sense of community, a sense of place. I always appreciate in my work with students and others at the institution, if I'm trying to provide care for a student, I will go to their employer if I know they have one, so they can kind of help fill in that picture of what's going on with this student and how can we build that support. So anyway, there's that added benefit.
I'm going to add a little bit more because I spent about 18 years here working in career development. For your students, yes, within 24 hours of enrolling today, they should have access to the hire system, which is the job and interview portal. osucareerservices.okstate.edu is where they can find that. That is where they will find part-time jobs, work-study positions, internship opportunities as they get a little further down the road, and also full-time jobs are posted through that job and interview portal. So it's a good resource for them to get familiar with early. I would encourage them to look there. I would also encourage them to talk to other OSU students that they've made connections with already, and faculty and staff that they've made connections with already, particularly related to their program. There are job opportunities open everywhere across this campus. And they turn over, a lot of them turn over every semester because we've got students that are graduating and leaving those roles, and the roles are then becoming open. Encourage your student, particularly if they're trying to figure out, is my major or academic area, whether or not a pull-behind U-Haul trailer is allowed during move-in. The short answer to that question is yes. We will have families that bring a short U-Haul trailer during move-in. But I think there's a bigger question underneath there that I'm going to ask to this panel, and that is like, what is really needed in the residence halls versus what should you just leave at home? Just some recommendations, personal experience. I'll let you all start because, of course, I have my opinions and I'll share.
All right, so man, there's a lot I feel like that you need, but there's also a lot that you really don't need. I did live on campus for my first 2 years here, and I would say some of the main things you need, especially if you're looking to save money, probably like a mini fridge. Also, all of your soap and deodorant, please. If your students are already wearing deodorant, get them on it, please. It's pretty hot here, just saying. But yeah, all of your soap needs, all that kind of stuff, that would be my first priority. Then I would think about food, and mainly that'd be probably a fridge with a freezer. I would recommend a freezer, make things a little bit easier. Things to leave at home, any like big furniture, especially depending on what dorm you're living in. If you have students living in the traditional style dorms, you're probably not going to have a lot of room for anything bigger than like maybe a tiny bean bag or something like that. It really depends. You could be living in an apartment or anything like that, but I would suggest having the big bulky things at home and trying to bring the essentials at first. And as long as you have the essentials when you first get there, you can figure out the rest from there. So.
Yeah, I'll add in a couple of things that I feel like I've heard on other panels. People that work.
We're just going around looking at campus. It's big here, y'all. Orientation is done. We're just walking around. Pretty excited for him. So we're gonna finish our little tour here and then we're gonna head home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There was a lot of like speaking. It's windy out here. There was a lot of speaking. So I did just shorts of that, you know, short clips of them talking and stuff. Christopher got a hat. So
It's
the
not
gear.
correctly fastened, but-
No, it's not correctly fastened.
It'll be all right.
But, you know, if you liked what you saw, do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And we'll see you on the next one. Say bye.
Bye.
You excited, Christopher?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Bye, y'all.